This is the examination of the hidden human condition.
This is the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Bruschi.
In the trial of Lori Vallow Daybell, we're going to be going over some of the morning testimony from the 3rd of April, 2023. Testimony that includes claims that Lori told one of her friends she would kill her, cut her up, and bury her in a place where no one will ever find her. Now, sounds kind of reminiscent of a lot of the things that she is accused of, but did she actually say that to her friend? Are we starting to border on testimony here that may be, even for this case, a little too far out there? I don't know. We're going to take a look at the testimony this morning of Audrey Baratiero, a friend of Lori's, who recalled attending a spiritual-based event in Utah in the summer of 2019. At the conference, she stayed at Lori's house along with several other friends, including Chad Zulima, Melanie Gibb. During their time together, Lori spoke of her belief in zombies and possession. She even expressed her desire to rid her then-husband Charles of a dark spirit. And according to Audrey, Lori's behavior during that time was erratic, with her demeanor swinging between agitation and laughter. Audrey's account in court today revealed that Lori and Chad's relationship began much earlier than initially thought. In February 2019, Chad asked Audrey to be Lori's friend. That's something that you always... Would you go please be friends with my girlfriend? Saying that Lori needed someone to talk to since he couldn't be there for her all the time. You know, being a prophet and all. Despite this seemingly innocent request, Audrey noted a palpable tension between Chad and Lori during their interactions, suggesting that their romantic relationship had already begun. The messages also detail a trip Audrey took to Hawaii in October of 2019 to visit Lori and her niece Melanie. She describes a tense atmosphere and Lori's inconsistent behavior, as well as Lori's claim that Tammy Daybell, Chad's last wife, had died in her sleep a week earlier. This revelation came as a shock to Audrey, who had been previously told by Chad that he had foreseen Tammy's death in a near-death experience years before. The belief in dark spirits and possession extended into Lori's children, JJ and Tylee, as well as to Melanie's children. According to messages, Lori believed that some of these children were dark spirits and needed to be taken out, quote unquote. This chilling revelation adds a sinister layer to the ongoing investigation into the deaths of JJ, Tylee, and Tammy. Lori's former friend Audrey tearfully recalled a time when Lori pressured her into helping remove a dark spirit from Tammy Daybell, Chad's late wife. Audrey ultimately refused, but later said a prayer asking for divine intervention to help Tammy feel the love of God. This account, along with others, paints a picture of a couple deeply entwined in a world of dangerous beliefs and destructive actions. The extent of Chad and Lori's belief in zombies and possession became even more apparent as Audrey described an incident in which Lori asked her for guidance on how to free Tammy's spirit from a supposed cage or jail. Despite Audrey's reluctance, Lori persisted in her request to rid the world of the dark spirits she believed were possessing her loved ones. And that was just the prosecution side of things this morning. How did it go with the defense? Well, as Archibald took the stand, or took to questioning Audrey on the stand, rather, Audrey recounted her relationship with Lori again, including how they traveled together to various states, participating in religious seminars, visiting historical church sites. So clearly it wasn't enough to really scare her away right off the bat. Chad Daybell, a self-proclaimed prophet and author, was at the center of their shared beliefs and his teachings on past lives, light and dark scales, zombies, and ultimately would lead to the unraveling of their friendship. During her testimony, Audrey detailed a casting event in Missouri where she and Lori and another friend, Melanie, prayed to cast out evil spirits from Chad's wife, Tammy, who was not present despite being uncomfortable with the aggressive language used in the casting. Audrey remained in contact with Chad. The breaking point came when Audrey confronted Laurie about her suspicions. As they stood in Laurie's house, Audrey asked if there was anything strange going on that she didn't know about. This is where it gets creepy and borderline not believable. Although with this case, anything is possible, I truly believe. But Laurie hasn't tipped her hand in this way before to anyone else, as far as we know yet. But judging by her erratic behavior, neurotic behavior, I suppose it is possible. She said Laurie laughed at her, called her naive, stating that not everyone was as kind and trusting as Audrey. Then Laurie issued a chilling threat. She told Audrey that she would kill her, cut her up, bury her in a place where no one would ever find her. Laurie described her plan with disturbing details, mentioning blood, bleach, and trash bags. In response to these revelations on the stand, defense attorney Archibald questioned Audrey's credibility, noting that this testimony had not been disclosed during the grand jury proceedings. Archibald accused Audrey of fabricating the story, but she maintained its truthfulness. As the trial progressed, the defense sought to highlight inconsistencies in Audrey's statements and actions. Archibald pointed out that despite feeling threatened and uncomfortable, Audrey never contacted the police or church authorities regarding her concerns about Charles, Vallow, or Tammy Daybell's safety. Furthermore, the defense questioned why Audrey continued to associate with Laurie, Chad, and Melanie, despite her unease with these beliefs and practices. Audrey attributed her actions to her big heart and desire to help those around her. Throughout her testimony, Audrey provided insight into the group's belief, including Chad's teachings on past lives and his claim to have been a significant historical figure. Audrey also confirmed that Laurie learned about zombies from Chad. It's a good question, though. Someone comes to you and says, I'm going to cut you up, bury you in a place where no one will ever find you. Why do you keep being friends with that person? Although, at the same point, why do you believe that children are zombies? Why do you believe that this strange man claimed to have been buddies with Jesus in a past life? I suppose it's because, well, you can. There's something in your mind that allows you and draws you to these fantastical type beliefs, no matter how disturbing they may be. Another disturbing morning in court. The ongoing saga of Laurie Vallow Daybell.
This is an examination of the hidden human condition.
This is the Hidden Killers Podcast
with Tony Bruschi.
I didn't think there'd be any moment in this trial where I'd hear something and go, that one's a little too hard to believe. But I do kind of lean there a little bit on this. I don't know what Audrey would really have to gain by making those sort of claims, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to fit into the theme of the already crazy story, but then again, it gets crazier by the day. I can't say anything with confidence on this one. What do you think? You can weigh in. Call us toll-free 24/7, 888-554-5537. Easier to remember just by remembering 888-5-KILLER. Love to hear your voice and your thoughts on the case. My name is Tony Bruschi. You can follow me on Twitter at TonyBPod. Stay with us.